Before we start, we would like to begin with a patron shout out. And this week's patron shout out goes to Lavender Violet. What a name. Damn.
Ooh.
Iconic. She's given like fairy tale. I love it.
Welcome
Lavender,
to the
thank
stage,
you. Yes,
Lavender Violet.
Violet.
Yes, Black fans.
Lavender, thank you very much for supporting us over on Patreon. It means a lot. Thank you for supporting us, watching our videos, and just being with us. It means a hell of a lot that you even want to spend time with us on YouTube. So the fact that you also want to support us over there means a great deal. So thank you so much, and we hope you're having a wonderful week.
Well done to you, perfume lady.
Lavender Violet, the new fragrance from Giorgio Armani. Okay.
For her.
For her. Parfum. Hello and welcome back to the Horror Hour. Listen, I always thought I could do.
You thought you could do that type of commercial?
Yeah, I was. But now you've made me think, not Yutaka.
No, it was actually really good. It caught me off guard. I was just like, are we doing a full-on commercial?
Oh.
I know we should. Oh my god! Imagine the fragrance name for the Horror Hour. Jesus, I dread to think what the smell would be. Anyway, hello and welcome to the Horror Hour.
Kiss with a side of wood.
Yes, exactly.
Welcome to the Horror Hour.
We all go a little mad.
Get you
Here's Johnny.
Anyway, hello everybody. Welcome back to the Horror Hour, the place where we discuss, debate, and disagree on all things horror. I'm one of your hosts. I'm joined by my fellow co-hosts. We have Yutaka.
Hi, my bangs be banging today.
I know, come through. They really are. They're growing. We love to see
well, I know. I'm trying to grow it all out.
Oh,
yeah, no, I know.
We're in that middle stage, but hey, she's rocking it. She's trying.
Just wait through part of this. I'll see if the static electricity has come back, because I have so much static in my hair, and I can like do the whole like where yeah,
Really?
it's a mess. I need to get better shampoo.
Well,
Anyway.
hello, and to you and to your fringe. And also we have Mr. Liam.
Hello and welcome to my religion.
Oh, okay.
It's the Spice Girls.
That's fair. That's fair. It's probably got the same amount of followers as some religions. So today, have you had noticed? Listen, well, no, everything can be a religion these days. I mean, people, especially in the gay world, everyone's like, "Oh, she's my religion."
Charles Manson was a religion at one point.
Yeah, and do you know that Sissy singing that song was an actual Manson? Talking about Texas Chainsaw Massacre again for a second. The song that she sings was a real song that the Manson girls sang on the way into. That's crazy. I love all the little. I know, it just adds a little bit of lore. Anyway, sorry, we're not talking about Texas today. What we are talking about is religion. So this is, of course, because as of this dropping today, or a day early if you're on Patreon, but this week on Friday the 8th of September, The Nun 2 is finally hitting cinemas. Let's pray to God that it's actually just, even if it was 25% better than the first one, that'd be something, because that first film, God, we were so hyped, I feel, as a community for the Conjuring universe, and I feel like it didn't land.
No, it
It didn't land.
Honestly, so, I've only seen half of it.
Feel?
Yeah, I went to go see it in the cinema.
I haven't seen it at all.
Okay, well then, yeah, just watch the what you missed on Glee version of
it. now, to be fair, let me make sure she's the writer, but the writer of *Malignant*, Megan.
Akilah Cooper. Cooper,
I think it's Akilah. But yeah. Akilah. We're sorry if we butcher that, but no, they're writing it, so I have actual hope that it's going to be decent, if not good.
No.
And at the time of recording this, there has been some
positive feedback.
Chatter that it's positive.
That's good. I mean, I think
it's not just sure; it's HIV positive.
Jesus, yeah. Anyway, okay, so the Nun 2 is coming out, so we thought in celebration of that, and hopefully what a good film it will be. We'll talk about religious horror of all elements, some of our favorites from right back in the day, because religious horror has been quite a strong format and genre within horror since the beginning. Has really kind of spread.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to see how, like every genre in horror, you continue to evolve that. So let's just get straight into it, and let's go with Ginger Spice himself. Let's go with
I'm
Liam.
not Tory Spice, I'm Baby. So I'm going to start out with a 1999 classic, shall we say.
I
Mhm.
already know what he's going to say, and I'm so pissed.
End of Days.
Oh, you didn't take mine. Perfect.
Oh,
Go
okay.
ahead.
Good. Okay. So yes, I'm gonna say The End of Days from 1999, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger and Robin Tunney, Gabriel Byrne, and the legend that is Miriam Margolyes.
Yes.
Because she trimmed her knickers. I remember this film coming out and being like, well, this is stupid. But then the older I've gotten, I've just been like, was it that bad? So I put it on. Yeah, it was that bad. But it's like a fun bad. It's one of them ones where you're like, I'm gonna watch this and I'm just gonna like switch off my brain. I'm gonna have a fun time. Like it's just fun. Arnold Schwarzenegger running around as someone called Jericho.
I do remember that.
Yeah. Trying to save Robin Tunney from getting by Gabriel Byrne. Like,
What
who
more
doesn't
could you
want?
ask for?
Well, exactly. Let's enjoy How the End of Days. It's just so stupid. It's great.
Yeah.
That is literally the premise. Gabriel Byrne is Satan, and he needs to Robin Tunney to end the world. Like,
It's
who else will
I
stop
saw
them?
it was a long time ago. I haven't seen it. I remember, I think it was just like on, I think it was on like Sky Sci-Fi and Horror years ago, and I caught half of it. But yeah, I've never watched it fully, but I've said
It's on Disney Plus in the UK.
Is it? Of course it is. I'll have to have a look then. Jeez.
Oh, it's just so delightfully stupid. And I just love stupid things. Like the fact that like the opening of the film is Arnold Schwarzenegger trying to catch what appears to be a homeless man who's just trying to shoot Gabriel Byrne. Because they don't know Gabriel Byrne is the devil yet. And he's in a helicopter. And all that's keeping him, and he's not actually in the helicopter, he's dangling from the helicopter by one singular rope that's just hooked onto the back of his jacket somehow. And they're just swinging him through the streets of New York City.
It's pretty it's just over the top. I mean, I agree with Liam. It's a fun bad. I haven't seen it in quite some time, and it's funny when we were gaming last night. You know, our Texas Chainsaw crew, we talked about End of Days. Chance had mentioned it. I'm like, I'm not bringing that movie up, and lo and behold, you did.
I am.
There you go. Great minds think
couldn't
alike.
not. It is just so stupid and great. Yeah, I couldn't not. It's my
Okay.
go-to
Well,
religious horror.
Whatever makes you happy, doll. That's all that matters. Well, thank you, Liam, for that one. Yutaka, then, tell us, what is your first pick?
I was very worried that Liam was going to say this, because when he said 1999, I'm like, don't you dare. Don't you f***ing dare. And I actually really enjoy this movie a lot. And lo and behold, oh my God, Gabriel Byrne is in this one too. And that's 1999's Stigmata.
Oh, I had that, you
Patricia
bastard.
Arquette, Gabriel Byrne, and Jonathan Pryce. And it's about when a young woman becomes afflicted by stigmata. A priest is sent to investigate her case. which may have severe ramifications for his faith and for the Catholic Church itself. Now, I remember the trailer and just kind of also the scene where she's got all like the markings behind her, like the blue wall, and she's like pale, but she's still serving. Oh my gosh, she's like, how's your faith, Father? How's your faith,
these days? Oh.
Yes, it's like, oh my gosh. And it is very creepy. Definitely, I wouldn't say like bloody, but it's definitely a horror film. And you know what? Put me in a daze because Gabriel Byrne could get it as well. Yeah. And
99 was a good year for Gabriel Byrne.
it really was. He was coming out with quite a bit of stuff. Now, I don't know if this actually went to theaters or if this was a direct to video release, but I do remember when it came out. I mean, it was very popular.
No, Stigmata was in cinemas.
Was it? Okay.
Is it?
Yeah.
But man, I I haven't seen it in a while, so I think it's about time for a rewatch.
Yes.
It
is so good. Yeah, I remember. It's funny, that film always sticks with me a bit because I remember I was one of my friends who said, "Oh, you should watch this film, Stigmata." And so I watched it at like her house, and then like so I must have been about. I think it was like I was in year 7 or
very well.
Did it?
Mm-hmm.
I think I was in year 7 or year 8. We watched it, and I just was like, "Oh my god!" Now this is obviously difficult for someone who gets severely obsessed with things. So my like autism was kicking in real bad. So I started going around the house, drawing circles on my palms, pretending that I was, in the middle of having the stigmata. It didn't happen. So that was like there was like a moment.
Who does that?
Me, of course, I would do that. What a silly thing to say. So yeah, it was only like whatever. Like a couple of weeks, I was like,
you are just playing with fire.
Yeah, I was like, somebody please whip me on the train. So but no, it didn't happen.
Oh my god.
Oh, that scene's good though.
Yeah, there's a great scene. But yeah, so no, Stigmata, I did have that on my list. That's fine because I put some extra because I did think out of all the ones I've got, one that somebody's going to say and one that's probably Yutaka will say would be a Stigmata, and I was correct. But there we go. It's a great film.
Yeah, I wouldn't have said it.
Oh, well, George froze. Oh, now he's back.
Sorry. My internet connection unstable. It's the devil.
Well, it was that Stigmata.
Yeah, I started playing with fire. So yeah, I love that film. Great.
Pugga, insert that overlay on him. No.
Not the one with the one at the end of the last episode where it was like zooming into me, go goodbye, and it was like,
he's so hateful for that.
It's so funny, made me laugh. Okay, so my first pick is a found footage movie. I think we haven't talked about
surprise
movie in ages. And so
is that what we're going with?
Yes, I haven't spoken about it in a while. And I'm going to go with The Last Exorcism. I really liked this film. It has the guy from, everyone else is coming up with their times and dates and everything, but I just know the name of the film and what I like about it, but I don't know the cast name, but he is the gentleman from that film.
The gentleman from that
this sounds like such an engaging film. Oh my goodness.
No, so The Last Exorcism. Anyway,
what
I'm trying to find the guy.
Film?
I'm the guy from Get Out. Caleb Landry Jones. No, Caleb Landry. The one who plays the brother.
Oh.
Sorry. So that's where I first saw him. So I know he was in Get Out.
Banshee from X-Men.
Yes. So I really loved this film. I thought it was a really interesting take for religious horror. I mean, at some point, all movies will deviate in some aspect to a found footage version of itself because found footage is just, one of those. She's one of those girls. But so I thought it was really interesting for them to do this found footage version of horror within religious horror. And listen, I had a great time. It was an abandoned farm. I remember the way she bent back. And I think I'd only just seen. I think I saw the trailer for that movie when I think it was 2012 account, 2009. I apologize. And I was like, oh, wow, this looks great. And then my mum was like, well, have you seen The Exorcist? And I was like, no. And she was like, come here. So we watched it. So that's the reason, as a queen she is. So that's the reason that I ended up watching The Exorcist, because she was like, well, if you're going to watch one of these, you need to see kind of the Godfather of those types of films.
True. Yeah. I mean,
The Godfather.
The Godfather. So also, yeah, the Last Exorcism is the reason I ended up started watching this film. But yeah, Last Exorcism, really great film. It doesn't have to say it's welcome. It's got a good twist at the end. And I thought the cast small, but a really good cast. And I thought it was a nice, because like the thing with a lot of exorcism or demonic possession films is there's only so much you can do with like that story. So to try and find a way to put a twist on the reason why it's happening or something like that, I think is what can make these films exciting. So for example, the new Exorcist, like how are you going to make it, how's the story going to be engaging? Because the thing about the last Exorcism film, sorry, pardon? Did you say something?
I love how they're like, Taylor Swift made us move. I go, no, you just weren't going to have a good opening.
Yeah.
Now, nobody expected what Taylor's about to do business-wise. Like,
no.
They're thinking north of 100 million.
And that's just North America.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
And she's putting this out. So it's all like she's getting most of this back.
Crazy.
That's
and we
crazy.
can't even get the Chromatica Ball tour. Anyway.
Stop.
So yeah, I'm gonna say Last Exorcism. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's like an hour and a half. It's great. There is a sequel. Listen,
I'm okay.
Don't watch the sequel.
I didn't mind the sequel. I was hoping for
you
part
loved it because
3.
it was found footage.
The sequel's not found footage. The sequel is normal, and that's why. So I was like, oh, I shouldn't like this. But I really liked the actress who played the main girl. Now I thought she was really good, and so I was excited to see what she did next. But yeah, so that would be my first pick. So Liam, let's go round back to you for number 2.
I am going with 2010's Devil.
Mm-hmm.
It is another one
that.
Yeah.
That isn't that good, but it's fun.
Actually, whoa.
I was very hyped up that movie when it came out. I remember everyone talking about it.
It's a low budget, it's tense, it's thrilling, and it's effective. Didn't cost a lot of money, and it made a good portion. So, okay, say what you. I'm a little hurt.
That doesn't. End of Days made money. That doesn't mean it's good.
No. But I think Devil. I think anytime you work a lot though in the course of one setting, and you're still able to give those scares and all, I think it was really good.
And it had working man's Tom Hardy in it, I think, as well.
I was going to say I did actually write down, and it also had Tom Hardy lookalike.
Is it Logan Marshall Green?
Yes,
I love
from
him.
Prometheus. He's great.
My gosh.
Yeah.
An upgrade.
Yes.
In Christmasina. Delicious.
You're not wrong.
I will have them both as a snack.
See that video of Christmasina dancing to American Woman stripping?
No.
Look it up later. You're welcome.
Oh, thank you. Yes. So, not to offend Yutaka, I don't think it's amazing. I think it's quite predictable. And I think it did well with what it had. I don't think it's as like jumpy and scary as some people make out. I'd seen everything coming that was coming.
Drag David's reaction. Drag her. No, just kidding.
But I still enjoyed myself. This is one that I actually seen in cinemas. And I had a good time in the cinema. I would say it's a fun one to watch if you haven't seen it, but you're not going to have as good of a time with a rewatch.
No, once that twist plays, I would agree that's a downfall of the movie.
Yeah.
I think that was one of the first movies as well that I was like spoiled about before seeing it. And I was like I feel like that was one of the first, I was like, they were like the twisters, and I was like, oh great. And I hadn't even seen the film. Like that was one of the first times I remember being like told about a film before I'd seen it, and I was kind of like, oh
yeah. But
I still enjoyed it.
I think that like watching it for the first time, you get that twist. You're like, oh, this is fun. You see it coming. But it's still, you think that's what's going to happen, but obviously you're not sure because you're like, well, are they going to have a twist? Are they not? Like, you just don't know. So when it appears, it is worth it. But yeah, not that good as a rewatch, but good first timer.
Okay. Well, thank you, Liam. Thank you for that insightful knowledge that you've provided us.
And obviously, it's also quite claustrophobic because it's just set in a lift.
Yes,
And lifts are
spoilers. It's
awful.
set in a lift, the whole film. Okay, then,
All of
Yutaka,
it.
tell us your next pick.
So I am going with, I feel like it's not a, I believe this was a Shudder original. Came out in 2019 and it's called The Cleansing Hour.
Oh, yes.
And it stars Ryan Guzman, your man, Kyle Gallner.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's Alex Angelis. But basically, so it's another successful exorcism streamed online. That's messed up, though, by the way. Or so it seems. And then it's, can the Exorcist producer and their team bring the ratings up? And so in order to get the ratings skyrocket, well, ratings actually, I should say, start to skyrocket when a real demon gets involved. And I do love the part to where they can't tell, is this real? Is this fake?
Mm-hmm.
And then like you've got creatures, you got some crazy gnarly kills, people still watching, letting that ratings go up. And I really actually enjoyed it. It was like a quick, like, was hour and a half. Let me just double. Yeah, hour and a half film. It goes by real fun. The main man, he strips down too. You don't see anything. Like everything's conveniently covered. So rude. But I also do really like the makeup work as one of them starts to become possessed.
Yeah.
And I like that, you know, in this day and age, everything's online, everything's streamed, so the idea of them doing that with an exorcism, I quite liked that. So I had a blast.
Question.
Yes.
You're saying obviously it's streamed online. Does that mean it's like they're watching it online, or you like in the room, but you just know it's being streamed?
No, yeah. So you see different parts are like people tuning in and watching it live. And so I won't give more away about like why that is and what that plays into the storyline. But yes, because like they have a whole like view count, ratings count that they're like in the studio watching, but you just see all these people just start suddenly like tuning in, and it's kind of really cool. It's almost like I would kind of, it made me think of Untraceable. Yes. With Diane Lane. I love that film, by the way.
I love that film.
And so this kind of has those vibes, but with exorcism, you know? And again, it's got Kyle Gallner. What more do you need?
Exactly. Okay. Thank you very much, Yutaka. Well, let's continue the Kyle Gallner hype, because I'm going with 2009's Haunting in Connecticut. Listen, I know that people didn't particularly like that film, but if it's got Virginia...
horror one?
It's a possession.
Oh, I've not seen it.
Virginia Madsen and Kyle Gallner.
Okay, and?
It can't not... Listen, that's an iconic duet if I've ever seen one. The film... I remember this film, my granddad had it like on an illegal pirated DVD, and I remember just seeing like the Haunting in Connecticut, what's that? And put it on, and I loved it. And there's the part, which I think is in the poster, anyway, it's not a spoiler, where the creature like crawls out of the kid's mouth. Ugh, it's gross.
I do remember that cover art though.
Yeah. I liked it. I think again, it wasn't, and I'm sure actually, because it reminded me when I put it down, I was like, oh yeah, because the other month when Jay said, did we all forget about the 2009 Haunting in Connecticut? And then Kyle said, no, we didn't, or something like that, replied to Jay. And I was like, oh my God, that's hilarious. Listen, because it did get a bit of a bad rap. I'm sorry, I'm frozen.
No, you're not.
No, you're fine.
Well, now you are. Just keep talking. Pugga will insert a funny graphic. We can still hear you.
No, we cannot.
Well, anyways, that's
Life
what
has
happens.
taken him.
Yeah. And like the movie, we're gonna move on. So Liam, what's your next one?
It's the pose for me. Oh.
Sorry.
She's back.
Sorry. It's because I'm normally plugged into like the right into the Ethernet cable, but my thing's broken, the USB, so I've had to order another one. So now I'm like just on the Wi-Fi.
It's still broke.
What? I just haven't managed to buy one because I was like, oh, I can't bother. But now I've ordered one just in the midst of that because I was like, I need it. Anyway, sorry, I don't know where I cut off and what happened.
Oh,
but,
we moved on.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Liam, did you say yours?
I'm just about to. So my next one is 2010's Legion, starring
That was
Paul
a good
Bettany.
one.
Wasn't it? So it was Paul Bettany, Lucas Black, Willa Holland, and Dennis Quaid.
Yes, Dennis.
Is Dennis Quaid bad now? I feel like Dennis Quaid did something.
I think I don't know. I don't follow Dennis Quaid.
I know. Who knows what's happening? Like Legion is a top tier film for one scene and one scene only. And that is the opening in the diner. I was like, it's not a calf. We call them a calf. You call them something different. In the diner, and when that Audrine Palecki's serving that old woman, and she's just getting, oh, how far along are you? And then she just goes, your baby's gonna burn.
I
And
love that scene. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I said your baby's going to burn, and you just get, oh, this is different. So yes, that makes it very fun. But yeah, it was during that weird phase in life when they were trying to tell us that Paul Bettany was like this hunky action star, when he's clearly not.
Yeah,
Like,
because didn't he do that movie Priest too, where he was like an action,
Yes.
like a demon hunter?
Yes. Back to back, I believe.
Yeah.
It was just a weird time in the world, where no one believed that Paul Bettany was this hunky action star. But they kept on trying. But yeah, it's just the end of another end of the world. Paul Bettany is a angel that's come to Earth and needs to protect Audrina Palecki's unborn baby, because the unborn baby is like the key to the world being saved, and she has to have the baby, otherwise the world will die. It's a weird one. It's a weird one. They're all like the creepy people that like appear at the diner. So basically, they're just hunkered in a diner, and hordes of people are just turning up, devils and demons, and
A lot of good action sequences, honestly.
yeah, some really good action sequences. Quite creepy, some of the stuff that they have people doing. Doug Jones appears as a ice cream man, which is always a treat when you have Doug Jones appearing out of nowhere.
Yeah, I was adding about Legion. I do like it though. I like Paul Bettany.
It's classed as a horror, an action horror.
And
was the thing that it said. So I was like, taking it.
Tick that list. Okay. Thank you. Then Yutaka.
You're welcome.
Tell us more.
So I'm going back to the 80s with this one, and this is actually it's actually on Peacock. Ooh, I might have to rewatch this. It's a John Carpenter film, and it's called Prince of Darkness. And it's a group of graduate students and scientists uncover an ancient canister in an abandoned church. But when they open the container, dumb part right there, like, why would you? But anyways, they inadvertently unleash a strange liquid and an evil force on all of humanity. And I really like this because it is actually creepy. It stars Donald Pleasance. That's always just, a treat. But it also has Alice Cooper and like one of the creepiest, the scene. There's so many creepy crawlies and bugs and worms and crawling and roaches. Oh, it's so good. The kills are gnarly. It's got a good pacing, and it's kind of just like a good old 80s horror. But yeah, I really like it because also what you kind of see too is a little bit of obviously the hell that's being unleashed on Earth. but then you kind of also see a little bit behind that too. And I always wished there was the sequel, but you know, it's a really fun film. Came out in the 80s.
But there wasn't.
Hmm?
There wasn't
There wasn't what?
A sequel.
a sequel.
Oh, you said you wish there was, and then there wasn't.
I
Sorry.
did.
I thought you said there was, and then I thought Liam was being like, no, there wasn't, and then I was like, I don't know what's
No.
going on. Sorry.
Well, I know because you haven't paid attention for part of this because you've just been like,
I've been disassociated and hoping my internet doesn't go off. I'm thinking if I stay still, maybe I won't. Maybe I'm like in the way of the signal.
Girl,
Maybe
that's
I'd be
not how
getting
it works.
too excited. Well, but the thing's back there behind me, so I wonder.
Behind me.
Behind
Oh, the
me.
northern jumped out. The northern jumped out at him there.
I'm so sorry. Okay. Well, thank you, Yutaka. Is it
It
on?
does actually look quite good.
Is it available to stream? Did you
Yeah,
say
Peacock.
on Peacock? Oh wow, we don't have bloody Peacock. Oh, see how.
Sorry
Anyway.
about it.
That's all right. It's not your fault, babe. So my next one is going to be a part of a film. Because it is a section of the most recent VHS, and it is To Hell and Back, which is to me one of it was the best of the VHS segments from the most recent film. It takes like religious horror to another level. I feel when you think about religious horror, a lot of the time it tends to be sort of, you know, demons coming to earth or exorcisms, things like that. Whereas this one's like, we're going to take you to where they are. And in found footage, so I was double loved in that aspect. And Melanie, who we had on our show, actually talked about this and some of her stuff, is just iconic in her role in that. If you haven't seen the most recent VHS, then I advise you to go and watch it because it's great, and go and watch it in time for the new one, which is coming out at the beginning of October 6th, I believe. Did I make that up? It's beginning of October.
Yes.
VHS 85, so we know that Yutaka's absolutely ready for that because it's 80s. But I was
and you saw the list of
the list.
directors.
Yeah, it's
that was a list.
the
didn't
VHS series.
fuck around.
Every continuing sequel has, apart from that one, has really upped their game in terms of the directors and the stories that they're telling. But so yeah, I would really advise you to go and check out To Hell and Back. It's funny, it's creepy, so many not CGI, sorry, the practical effects and of the monsters and the demons in hell are so good. There's so many different variations of them. You know, it's not just, oh look, it's, you know, a human looking person with just blacked out or white eyes. Like it's fully, yeah, they look, it's like giving Pan's Labyrinth. It's all of those vibes. So if you're looking for like a fun, hilarious but creepy 15 minutes, I think it's 15 minutes. Then go and check out that. Well, go and check out VHS 95 in general, but stay to the very end for To Hell and Back because it's
VHS
so
99.
good. 99. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Oh my God, get it right.
I know. So 95 was the year I was born. That's why I kept saying it.
How about you?
Such a great year. Okay, Liam, did you have any others for us at all? Any shout outs? Any moments?
Yes. I had two, so I'll not do like deep dives. Of it just in case anyone said anything. So one of them was 2022's Revealer, which me and you from Shudder,
that's a
which me and
good
Yutaka loved.
That's a real good one, actually.
As I said, Shudder, about a stripper and a religious zealot. Is that the word?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, we'll go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That get locked in a peep show booth, separate peep show booths during the end of days.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Very good. Very, very good. We have interviewed the cast and director, producer, and writer.
Mm-hmm.
Videos are on the channel, so if you want to go and look at them. Then there's obviously 2008 French film Martyrs, which you start thinking, oh, this is a film about revenge. Even though it's called Martyrs, you're like, where's the religion? And then obviously down the line, you find out why there's religion.
I saw somebody did a TikTok of that saying, if you saw the Barbie movie, you'd love this. All women stick together.
God.
And I was like,
Wow. That's
Oh no.
Almost.
Oh no.
so yeah.
But I mean, yeah, agreed. I love the Barbie movie and I love Martyrs. So not the
Hey?
American version.
The French, the OG. Fair enough. Yutaka,
Yeah.
did you have any more up your sleeve?
I mean, there's always I love The Last Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Yeah.
I think that's a fantastic one. I
Just
also,
the exorcism, not the last. You said the last. You just said the last exorcism of Emily Rose.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. The Exorcism of Emily Rose. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed that film. I think it had a stellar cast, and I think what was her name, Jennifer Carpenter, really committed to that role. And I think just her physicality was so creepy and so messed up. And then, you know, speaking of another horror film, that is quite religious based as well in Judaism and vampires, and that's Blood Relatives. And that's also, I mean, that is such a wholesome, gory horror film. I really love it. I'm serious. If you watch it, it is truly, it's about, you know, this old grumpy vampire who finds out he does have a kid and she wants a relationship with him. And it's a oh, I should have said this on the road trip one. Oh man. Oh, but yeah, it's so good, and it's just such a different take. And you don't really, I know there are more horror films out there, religious horror films, you know, they're typically not my favorite subgenre. So I'm sure there's more out there in terms of of Judaism. I just thought it was just a nice change of pace for me to see something like that. But like I said, I don't search out religious horror. It's just not my cup of tea. But I have to say, I was very pleasantly surprised by Blood Relatives.
Yeah, it's not usually my cup of soup either.
No, I do like an exorcism. I do, you know, sometimes want to be possessed, but like just for the drama of it. But so I do like to watch those types of films. I also had on my yeah, just to write them down. I had Incantation, which shout out to Cass for saying I think George would like this film, because I don't think I would have seen it on Netflix otherwise, because I rarely go on there. They know me so well.
Watch new movies, so you're correct.
Watch new movies. And I do go, I go to the cinema. I mean, I went to go and see.
He was the first one to say talk to me.
Yeah. And I went to go and see The Pope's Exorcist and left after 10 minutes because it was terrible.
Don't tell me that. I still have to watch it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, you might like it.
Well, I'm watching it live, so yeah.
We'll see. That'll be fun. Drink while you watch it. So yes, Incantation, absolutely loved. Great film. And I also had Rec 2 as well, because I just thought that was such a great twist as a film. Sorry, spoiler, we haven't seen the first one, but as a film that starts off as a zombie movie, and you just think, you know, for the second film to
and
this twist that I personally haven't seen before. No, I'm here. What do you mean? Off on what?
Just keep going.
Okay, whatever they're saying. Putting that twist on it, I absolutely loved it. Zombies, religion, Spanish people talking, praying is like my thing. Absolutely love it. So yeah, I thought it was fantastic.
That's why he likes David.
Yeah.
Wow.
I do. So yes, so that is my Rec 2. Check out if you haven't. It adds so much sexiness onto an already iconic film. Just don't watch Jennifer Carpenter in quarantine. And on that, thank you very much for watching this week's episode. If we mentioned something that you didn't think, of course there's The Exorcist, we know that, but we're trying to maybe avoid the main one. We did we did give a little shout out there. But yeah, if there are any other religious films that you think we do not know about, drop them in the comments below. Let us know what you thought of the films that we also mentioned as well. And if you want to see even more from us,
Oh my God, more?
actually, there is there's so much. We have our Patreon, where we have tiers where you can get early access to our videos, access to our after hours, which is a Patreon exclusive. We did just drop recently one of the episodes is a little surprise. So if you are wondering what you want to see on there, check it out. You can see George claim he has Tourette's and then say, no, I don't, 5 seconds later. There's lots going on there, including movie watch-alongs. And if you want movie watch-alongs, we do have a YouTube membership where Yutaka will be taking his weekday afternoons and evenings to watch movies with you. Some that he hasn't seen, some that he has seen, along with special guests. So if you are interested, it is only $4.99, $5 a month. And in that, you're getting a weekly watch along. So I mean, that's like £1 or $1 a movie. It's great. So if you are interested,
I even put a watch along of American Horror Story.
Oof, and
like watch that live with me. We could.
It would be to see if it's really if it can bring back the American Horror Story franchise or not. We shall see. But if you're interested, the link
take a shot every time a white man comes on screen. That looks the same.
It's the same as Matt Bomer. So if you're interested in that, all links will be in the description below, and the membership button should be at the bottom of the video for you as well. But if you don't want to do any of that, just liking the video, commenting, sharing it with your friends is much appreciated. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram. We are at the Horror Hour TV. And I think that's everything from us today. So have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will see you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You have been listening to the Horror Hour. See you next time.